guys, this is going to probably be my last pregnancy vlog. Tomorrow will be officially 35 weeks, and I don't really think there's going to be much more to update you guys on. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update. We had an ultrasound last week, and I asked you to leave any questions you might have on Instagram, so I'm going to answer some of your questions. And we also had a little sprinkle thrown for us this past weekend, so I want to share with you some of the things that I got from that. So I'm so out of breath all of the time, so just bear with me. We actually started converting this room. This is going to be his nursery, but I haven't been in a huge rush to do that because he's not going to be sleeping in here right away. So in the meantime, it's still going to be my filming / our office. So we swapped out the chaise for the glider. This is probably going to stay here until I move offices. And the changing table's already in here. We just have to move the crib up. So yeah, stuff is changing, but it's not like, I don't know, that last time with Addie, I was just very like, I wanted everything in place and everything ready and everything prepared. But this time I feel a lot more laid back, and like I said, because I know he's not going to be in here right away, and we both do use this on a regular basis as our office, not in a huge rush to switch everything around. So let me start by telling you a little update, sharing with you. We had an ultrasound last week. As I mentioned, they were kind of maybe a little concerned about his growth just based on the sequential screening that we did. But it turns out everything is fine. Whatever they were concerned about is no longer a concern. They're measuring him to be 5 pounds 14 ounces, which was last week. And they always say like ultrasounds give or take a pound, within a pound. That was really exciting to hear. And he was head down last week. I hope he stayed that way. I actually think he might still be head down because he's still really active, but I'm not getting all of the jabs and the punches and the kicks like I was before. So I think he's pretty stationary and just fluttering. Other than that, everything on the ultrasound looked good. My mom came with us and they reconfirmed that it is a boy. I was a little nervous because I said to Dan, what if they messed up and what if it's a girl? I feel like I'd be really disappointed. Not that I would welcome another girl, but I'm so excited about having a little boy. But they definitely we were all able to see that it is a boy, so we're super excited. We do have a name picked out. That's one of the biggest questions I've been getting asked, but we are going to keep it to ourselves just until he's born, and then of course we will share that. But in some of the questions you guys had asked if I would share some of the other names that I like that we're not going to be using, which I will do. Everything baby-wise looks really good. As far as myself goes, I'm ready to deliver. I don't know, I don't want to sound like negative or feel like I'm complaining. I hate to even complain even in the least bit, because I know what a blessing and how lucky we are that I was able to carry a child. But I just feel like this second pregnancy on my body has been really hard. Harder than the first. Pretty much gained the exact same weight as I did with Addie, so it's not even like I'm carrying, you know, tons of extra weight, but it feels like I'm heavier, or it feels like he's bigger, my stomach's bigger. I'm just a lot more uncomfortable than I ever remember being with Addie. When I was pregnant with her, I remember like loving every second. I was having moments of sadness that I was gonna miss being pregnant and miss my belly. At one point, because I went past my due date, she was 11 days late. They wanted to induce me like on my due date at 40 weeks, and I did not want to be induced. I wanted her to just come when she was ready, and she actually came 2 nights before I would have been 42 weeks. Wanted her to stay put for as long as she needed to stay put. And I was, like I said, really sad for the pregnancy to be over. But with him, I don't know if it's because it's my second pregnancy, or because it's a boy, or because I'm a lot more active with this pregnancy, running after 2 kids and doing all the, you know, getting them places, schedules and stuff. But it's just been really hard on me. I've still been okay with sleeping, but the process of getting comfortable is a process. And then I feel like once I'm comfortable, I have to go to the bathroom. So, and like turning over is becoming really uncomfortable. So I don't know what it is, but this pregnancy I feel like has been a lot harder on my body. Maybe it's just because I'm a little bit older. I'm not really sure, but I mean, like I said, I hate to be complaining because I haven't had any issues, any complications other than, like I've shared in previous videos, the varicose veins thing down there, which is still a thing, but it's not every day that I'm suffering from, like, with that. It's just some days are really bad, some days I'm totally fine. I'd say probably within the last 2 weeks I've been feeling just like very uncomfortable, very ready to deliver. I don't want him to come early or be premature by any means, but I just feel like I am going to miss feeling him, but not miss carrying around this extra belly. I just feel like everything that I normally do day to day is a challenge anymore. So I don't know, I guess everybody's different. I think every pregnancy is different, so it's interesting to say the least. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as a little update. I wanted to share some things that we picked up for him. First being this super soft and cozy. I can't wait to show you this stuff because I haven't washed anything yet. This chenille blanket, this is from Nordstrom. It just says X's and O's in gray. It was only $30. And it's like a nice size little receiving blanket. And I think this came in blue and also pink, but I thought this would be really cute and cozy. I also picked up some swaddles from Modern Burlap, which I found on Instagram. I found their shop on Instagram, and basically their whole brand premise is black and white because those are the first colors that babies see. So I did a little checkered swaddle, one with arrows, and then confetti. Didn't really have a lot of swaddles. I've gotten a couple as gifts. Did get a couple more for my little sprinkle, but I wanted to get some just to make sure I had them. So, and these are organic and breathable, multi-use. I love these for breastfeeding as well as like a little, obviously a swaddle. Also was sent from the brand Body, which I've talked about before. I love their tops. They're kind of like athleisure wear, like comfortable tops. They have a baby line, which I was super excited about because all of their clothing is super soft, hypoallergenic, stretchy and breathable, excellent moisture absorbency, antibacterial, sustainable and renewable, pesticide, chemical-free yarn. Obviously love that for myself, so you can imagine how happy I am to have little things for this little guy. This is so soft. This is a little onesie, and it does have little mittens as an option. I just got it in the oatmeal color. This is in the size 6 to 12 months, and I cannot believe how soft this is. This is the first time I'm taking it out. So this is like a little onesie, little sleeper, super cute. This is a sleeveless bodysuit. They come in super cute packaging too. And like I said about their clothing, the prices on their baby things are very reasonable. I feel like we always pay a little bit more for like organic things like this, but their prices are really reasonable. So this is just a little sleeveless onesie, again in that oatmeal color, super cute. Lastly, in blue, I just got a long sleeve little t-shirt. Super cute, very stretchy, love that. Okay, and then I also did get one of these Milk Snob covers. They were on Shark Tank. You can use it, I got it mostly to use as a car seat cover, and but you can also kind of wear it as a cover for nursing, and you can also use it as a shopping cart cover too. So I just got it in this black and white kind of Aztec pattern, which is really nice. From Julie, my sister-in-law, she got us a whole bunch of stuff, but one thing I wanted to share with you that she got us is this print. And she got one of these for her baby shower, and I think she went back and ordered one for us because they were so cute. But it's this beautiful canvas, it's his little man cave, and I love the frame that it was in. So I'm gonna put the seller to this below. I think she's on Etsy or Instagram, but I was so excited to see this in her little thing of goodies she got us because I love the one that she got from her shower. And then my best friend Colette, she made us these for his nursery. Like, I was so, they look professionally done. This one says, and she loved a little boy very much, even more than she loved herself. It's a quote by Shel Silverstein, I think. And then she did this one. It says, "Oh baby, it's a wild world," which is a great song. So I definitely wanted to share those. These are gonna go so nicely in his nursery. And then my parents got us the Trip Trap, I think is what it's called, the Trip Trap high chair, a white one. I had the Graco for Addie and it functioned good. I mean, it was a high chair, but it was very bulky, very hard to move around, took up a lot of space in our kitchen, so Addie's singing. I like the Trip Trap because it pulls right up to the table. It kind of grows with your baby, and it's very sleek looking and easy to maneuver. So that I'm not going to show you, obviously, but my parents got us that. Dan's parents got us this, which I don't think they had when Addie was born. This is the Owlet breathing monitor. It's a little sock that goes on their foot, and you sync it up to your phone, and it alerts you if your baby ever stops breathing, tracks the heart rate and oxygen level. Just for peace of mind and hopefully a little bit of sleep, I wanted to have this. When Addie was a baby, I feel like up until even now, I obsessively check her throughout the night, like just to make sure she's still breathing. And when she was a baby, she started rolling over when she was 4 months old, and I feel like from then on I just barely slept because I would put her on her back and she would roll over, and I was just so paranoid all the time that she was gonna suffocate herself, and I was constantly checking her a million times a night, and I would have really appreciated having something like this. I'm really excited about this. And then another thing that Julie and Dan's brother got us was the Rock and Play. I believe it is by Play School. Don't know. It's here piled somewhere. Fisher Price, I don't know. Julie swears by it for her little girl. And Addie never slept in the bassinet, and I really didn't like having the Pack and Play next to the bed because it just took up so much space. So I love that the Rock and Play is very comfy and cozy for the baby, and also it kind of props the baby up. And the best thing about it is it's totally collapsible and transportable, so you can bring it anywhere when you're traveling, or if you're going over to visit someone and you want to have it there for a nap. It's just easy, takes up very little room, very easy to collapse. So I'm excited to have that, and that's probably where he's gonna sleep when he's in our room. And it's kind of lower so you can look in. I was really excited about getting the Halo bassinet, but again, Julie and Anthony have that, and their daughter never wanted to sleep in it. And I just thought, if I get this and then he doesn't want to sleep in it because I already have the bassinet that I had from Addie, which she never used, I did not want to be stuck with 2 bassinets. Other thing that I have on my list to get that I haven't ordered yet is the DockATot, which is primarily where the baby's probably gonna sleep like nap-wise throughout the day, or inside the Pack and Play that's gonna be downstairs. But other than that, we are set beyond. I am keeping the same stroller I had for Addie, using for him, which is the City Mini GT. Love that. Same car seat, which I think was a Kiko. And yeah, I think we're pretty much set. At this point, I just have to do a whole lot of laundry and start washing and getting everything ready. I started packing my hospital bag. If you guys want to see a hospital bag video, let me know. I've done one before with Addie, and then I did a follow-up of the things that I actually used, which I actually went back and watched for myself and found it to be really helpful, because in that video I shared the things that I was glad that I had, things that I had that I didn't need, and things that I wished that I had. So I'll link that video if you haven't seen it or you're looking for that. But if you want to see what I'm taking this time around, I can film that, but I feel like essentially it's just whatever I told myself to bring from that video. Let's get into some of these questions. We actually have to get going soon. Boys basketball game, but I will try to answer as many of these as I can. One of the biggest questions was about the names. We do have a name picked out, like I said. Some of the names that I loved when I was pregnant with Addie, we didn't know what the gender was going to be. My #1 name was Jackson. I feel like Jackson, I still love the name, but it's become very, very popular. I would have called him Jax for short. And I also really love the name Brody. One of my really good friends has a son named Brody, so that kind of X'd that. Not that I don't love her son, but I just didn't want to have 2 Brodies running around. I always loved the name Cameron. I also love the name Paxton. And let me think of what else. I feel like all the names that I liked have become super trendy and popular. So that was why they weren't really any contenders. But I will say one of the names that Dan really loved that I wasn't crazy about was Dominic. And the reason I wasn't crazy about it was because every time I would hear it, I would think of that Christmas song, Dominic the Donkey, which gets stuck in my head every year around Christmas. And I just didn't want to have that relation. I don't know. Love the really strong Italian names, but I feel like a lot of them are used on Dan's family side, like Antonio and Giuseppe. We have those on his side. I also really love Greek names, but again, They are widely used on my dad's side. My dad's real name is Dimitri, but everyone calls him James for short. And I do love the name Dimitri, and Dan really loved it too, but I wanted to be able to shorten it somehow. Not shorten it, but have like a name for short. Like with Addison, I call her Addie and Addison like equally as much. And I wanted to be able to like have that option, and I felt like there wasn't a way to shorten Dimitri. So yeah, there's that with the whole name game. But the name that we decided on, I will say, is one of the only two names that him and I could agree on that we both really liked, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. Okay, since this isn't your first child, do you feel any less nervous this time around than last? I wasn't really super nervous the first time around. I felt very confident in the hospital I was delivering at and my doctor, and I still feel that way. I do feel like it's because I've been through it, I kind of know what to expect, so it gives me more peace of mind, especially like with the epidural procedure and stuff like that. But I'd say I'm okay. Like I'm very relaxed this time around. Do you plan on getting Addison a big sister present from the baby, and if so, what? We are due with baby number 2 in October, and I've heard from some friends to do like a present from the baby to my son so he feels included, but I just don't know what to do. Congratulations, this is from You Are My Sunshine 1, and the answer is yes. And I didn't think to do that, but a couple viewers and my friends suggested that, and I'm really glad that they did because I think it's a great idea. So I had Addison pick out a toy for her new baby brother, and she actually picked out one of those blah blah dolls. We have a couple of them. She has the girl fox, so she picked him out the boy fox. It's like this soft, super soft knit stuffed animal. So she's gonna have that to give him in the hospital. And from her baby brother, we got her, I have to be quiet because she's in the other room. We got her a baby doll, like a little boy baby doll. There's so many dolls in American Girls, but no boys. And she's actually been asking for one ever since we found out it was a boy. So we got a little boy. I found it on Amazon, and he comes with like a bottle and a change of clothes and like little boy things. So I think she's gonna love that, and I love the idea that she's gonna be included and have something from her baby brother. Have you continued workouts throughout this pregnancy? I walk 3 times a day, but honestly, I haven't been to the gym in a month or so. I stopped after my doctor kind of slapped my wrist and told me I needed to slow down. And like I said, I've just been so uncomfortable that even walking up like a flight of stairs wins me. So I haven't been to the gym, but I am staying active, walking the dog, and I'm outside with Addie every day. How do Louie and Addison feel about being big brother and sister for the first time? Is Louie excited? How did Addison cope with her having a baby brother rather than a sister? They're both really excited. Louie is super excited, especially that it's a boy. Addie's coping better, but she still tells everyone that she wanted a girl, but she refers to her baby brother a lot. She talks about him a lot. She kisses my belly constantly. She knows his name, so she's always referring to him by name, and I think she's definitely coming around, and I'm excited for him to be born because I think she's gonna just take to him very naturally, and I'm not worried at all that she was bummed that it wasn't a girl. Do you and Dan have similar parenting skills? Will it be the same or different with the new baby? Yes, we started to get serious. Something that we always talked about, values, parenting, discipline, stuff like that. I feel like you kind of have to be on the same page when you have kids together, because otherwise it's just gonna be a constant battle. Especially too with blending our family, we've always said from day one we wanted to have the same discipline and the same values instilled in all of our kids. We didn't want any of our kids to receive any kind of special treatment or feel different or be treated different. So everything's across the board. So I'm not concerned about that at all, and I think it's gonna be an easier transition, especially now that we already have 2 kids that we parent together. Going to be induced? I hope not. I would rather go naturally, but if it comes down to the baby being at risk or me being at risk and they have to induce me, then that's what has to happen. Did you get any leg cramping or swelling? Are you doing a nursery tour? What were your pregnancy staples? What do you eat when you have late night cravings? No cramping or swelling. We'll do a nursery tour, but like I said, it's probably not gonna be for a while because there's really no nursery yet. And what do I eat when you have late night? When I have late night cravings, I don't really have late night cravings. If anything, it's just chocolate. So I'll just have like Hershey Kisses. But a lot of times it's just fruit, like fruit or I think I've mentioned this, club soda with lime or mint. I've been getting the refreshers from Starbucks, the berry hibiscus, the strawberry, and the lime. Those always satisfy sweet tooth cravings. They're not as high in sugar as some of the other things. And they also really calm my heartburn when I have it. So those are kind of my sugary things that I like. Do you plan on having any more children after your little boy, or is that it? Love you from Chicago. Thank you, love you. We haven't decided. I'm not gonna say yes, I'm not gonna say no. Like I've said, I've always pictured myself being pregnant 3 times, which would have equaled 3 kids. That was before I had Louis as a stepson, so I don't know the answer to that question. I think if it was up to Dan, we would have 10 more kids, but like I said, this pregnancy has been super hard on me, so I love the idea of having another one. I joked with Dan a couple weeks ago when we were having this conversation, and I said if somebody else could carry for me and be pregnant, then I would totally be okay with having more kids, but just going through another pregnancy right now, if you ask me, I don't know, because this one has just been so hard on me, and I feel like it's only gonna get harder as I get older and there's more kids and I'm more tired. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna we're gonna have to wait and see how things go, but this has been kind of rough on my body. Jake done anything different during your pregnancy? I swear animals just know something's up. Is he protective over your daughter? He is very protective over her, and I feel like he's finally acknowledging her as like a human and a person. I feel like for a while he's always been very gentle around her. Not that he's not gentle, but very careful. And now he sees her like everyone else. Like he goes to her when he wants to be pet. He greets her when she comes in the house. He gets really excited to see her. Before, I feel like he was just like nervous to be around her or to like lay on her, do anything like that. But as she's gotten older, I feel like he's more comfortable around her. So that's really been super cute to see. As far as my pregnancy, he sniffs my belly a lot. I don't know if that is anything or he just is sniffing me, and he'll lay on me, but he always kind of lays on me. So I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't doubt that dogs probably pick up on when people are pregnant. Baby shower haul. I have like all this stuff like here. Really didn't want to have a shower, to be honest. I felt like I didn't really need anything, but a lot of our family insisted that we have one, and so we got a lot of nice stuff. The things that I showed you other than that, a lot of the stuff we got was just like stuff that I had registered at Pottery Barn for the nursery, and gift cards, and a lot of clothes and diapers. Dan's mom made us this beautiful diaper cake, which was awesome. Question about what I think, some things that I packed in my hospital bag that I didn't find useful and won't be adding to the hospital bag, and some things you missed the first time that you released that you thought were essential. I'm gonna link that video because it answers exactly your question, and I'm pretty much following suit with that. Maybe as a separate video, but could you do a pregnancy must-haves and a newborn baby must-haves? We'll definitely do the must-haves when the time comes if it's different. I feel like I did one of those after I had Addie, but if things change or there's new discoveries, I will definitely be sharing that. That's the bulk of them. I'm sorry if I missed some of your questions, but we have to get going. So I have to wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it and took something away from it. Thank you so much for watching this. Continue to leave questions. I'll always answer them in the comment section. And I will be seeing you in my next video. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.